I want to send some words to people who send me links to videos about the newest, oldest theories about what's happening behind the scenes in the world. And especially in this time, there's a lot of that happening. Sending to me on my inbox and also just sharing stuff on Facebook. And everything is okay. I don't want to argue with anybody's perception of reality, and there is a big narrative out there that seems to kind of come together when you do your research, and then the world looks really evil. I can definitely feel into that, and I remember that it was a big part of my own journey, and an important phase, I would call it now, to get so angry or depressed or something that change could occur within me. So in this way I appreciate my own time exploring that kind of stuff. And today I'm somewhere else, and I like to think that it's a kind of natural evolution. If you stay focused and concerned about these issues, then it will, for me at least, it did put me on a journey on my inner world to understand more nature of reality, really. And at some point a new understanding came in. And I want to share this because I think it's really great to land there and understand that. And so I want to speak to that for a moment. I would say the horrific evil narrative is as true as I allow it to be true. Just as much as magic is as true as I allow it to be true, as I can relax into that's actually how this reality works. Synchronicities, manifestation. Many of these things are true to the degree that I can really let them in deeply and embody a certain understanding. This has been my own experience. And coming back to the global situation, I want to say that on my journey in the last, I don't know how many years, there was always something, the newest distraction, the newest story. In German we say, die Sau, die durchs Dorf getrieben wird, the pig that gets chased through the village. There's always a new one to focus on, and maybe it's another piece of the puzzle for people to wake up to the illusion, and it's serving in that way even. But ultimately, or at least probably the journey goes on, and maybe I will land somewhere else in some point in the future. But for now, where I am now, and I feel inclined to share it because I really am happy I came to this place where I am now, and it seems to me right now that this is a healthy place to be, and that basically it's for us to land there in bigger amounts of people and create a shared reality from that place where we stop putting our time and energy towards what we don't want to see in the world. And that's basically what we're doing when we put so much time and attention there to the latest conspiracy or story of what might be going on. And embracing the paradox is a big learning, was a big learning, still is. to consider the possibility that two things or more things can be true at the same time. Our brain, our mind wants to apply logic and can't handle that. But I mean, quantum physics teaches us this, the super state. There's a state where both things are true, and only when the little particle has to take a manifested form, it does so. But until then, both are true, both positions that it might have. And this is how I see it, that's where I land, and that's becoming more and more my experience. And I said in my last video, the circles that I am in sometimes, where I project onto the circle that this is a somewhat shared understanding, and then also beauty can come in and the nice things, because we put our energy towards what we want and not what we don't want. And as long as I'm in resistance with whatever it may be, that's as long as I'm part of that thing manifesting. So it's about leaving that struggle behind, leaving the playing field, leaving the game thing. I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm going to focus on what I want. And that's the most serving thing I can do towards creating a new paradigm, paradise on earth, a beautiful life. And I realized this, let's say like this, I'm happy to go into more depth about the reflections, and I realize it's there can be resistance with what I share now, because it could sound to someone who's not in that place, like inaction or not caring about what's happening in the world or so. And from this place from where I speak, it's not that at all. It's understanding in order to support each other, to what's the expression of love here. That's the one. That's the expression of love. Yes. So maybe you have resonance to what I say. Then I'm also like to say I'm really happy when this is why I do it. Yeah, to create that shared reality, to connect on that level from different understanding. That's why I make the videos, because I can see in myself that with that understanding, being by myself and in the matrix system moving in our society, it needs something to, or it doesn't necessarily need it, I think, but for it to become a shared reality, we need to kind of check in and have a handshake on a higher understanding, and know that we don't judge each other, that we don't claim to know the truth, that we allow everybody their own truth, and of course also set our boundaries, but from a different place. Okay, thank you for listening today. If that needs more explanation or just resonance, please leave a comment. And that's all for today. Ciao.